Alright, hello. So we are back to playing Eliza, which we haven't played in quite some time, but I guess we have some time. What haven't I been taking advantage of? Okay, it's going on by itself. Let me just slow the roll here. There's calm and peace and contentedness. Now I see how special this is. I think it wasn't always this way, but it's hard to tell. I know I was having problems at one point, but that was so long ago. When was that? I can't remember. This moment in time seems to stretch to infinity. It has always existed. It always will exist. Unchanging, perfect. The surface of that lake is such a brilliant blue. And blue I could lose myself in. Forever blue. Alright, I honestly don't remember what happened.
Well, what do you think?
It was nice. It was like I could close my eyes and feel myself in another place. But I didn't completely lose awareness of the real world. It was more like a mental state that I was experiencing.
Remarkable technology, isn't it? I've had others who tried it tell me it's akin to a state of higher consciousness. Aware but totally serene, totally peaceful.
Soren retrieves a bottle of whiskey from the liquor cabinet and serves himself.
Here's a thought experiment for you.
Alright.
Say there was a certain medical procedure that could remove your suffering. No side effects, no cost, just an operation that would make you permanently
That's
happy.
really sketchy.
Would you get it?
No.
You have these philosopher types arguing you shouldn't do that because sadness and suffering are part of what it means to be
Yeah,
human.
but I just don't trust people, so... Why won't it let me press X?
Or that the happiness you'd experience isn't real, so it doesn't count somehow. What a load of bullshit. If there was something effective at taking my pain away, and otherwise harmless, I would take it immediately. I refuse to believe that being alive means having to suffer.
His voice is getting so ragged. How many drinks did he have before I came here?
Oh, forgive me, I forgot to ask. Would you like some scotch as well?
I'm okay.
I'm okay.
Soren holds up the bottle, examining it.
The Glencadam. Beautiful, light, luminous taste. Not peaty at all. Lovely stuff. Ah, if only psychotherapy worked as well as a single glass of well-made whiskey, huh? If alcohol wasn't poison, I wouldn't have to invent anything now, would I? I do think we did some good work at Skanda, but I always knew there were going to be limits to the Eliza approach. I was a counseling psychologist for a long time, you know. I understand the shortcomings better than anyone. So much of it can feel like a waste of time, talking through everything, dredging up the past over and over again, trying and failing to change our habits and routines. It's all going to look completely ineffectual compared to what comes next. With direct stimulation and induced dreaming, we can take control of our own brains in a way that's never been possible before. There's no reason we couldn't just eliminate this epidemic of despair for everyone in the world. Imagine it. Anger, depression, emptiness, anxiety, jealousy, every kind of unhappiness you can think of. Obsolete.
I mean, it'd be kind of boring, but...
And to think Rainer wanted nothing to do with this.
I mean... He thought it was a bad idea?
He thought it was a bad idea.
Rainer's one of the ones who thinks negative emotions are important. He told me he thinks pain should be regulated, not eliminated. After all, why would anyone write a poem or
That's what
make
I was
art
thinking.
if they only felt happiness? He also said he was afraid of the way it would look in the media. A company as large as Skanda coming out with a product that changes the brain to
Yeah,
make you
I feel
happy.
like that's really sketchy.
All the sorry excuses we have for public intellectuals today would throw a fit about how dystopian it
Oh,
looked to them.
yeah.
It's better if a small startup takes the fall, if public opinion turns against this technology. Those are the objections he claimed to have, at least. There's another one I suspect he had too, though. If people are self-sufficient, they don't need an ongoing support system. A system provided by an all-knowing paternalistic presence like Skanda.
Wait, you think Raynor wants people to stay miserable so they stay dependent on mental health services from his company?
I mean,
Yes. Yes, I do. It's quite the accusation, I know. Not something I'd come out and say in public. Not yet, anyway.
ugh.
But you see, the people who come to Eliza regularly, it's part of their lives now. The more they integrate with Skanda's mental wellness tools, the more they'd be adrift without them. That's the real dystopia, don't you think? Rendered helpless without the guidance of computer algorithms. Total dependency on the system.
Yeah, but without sadness.
Excuse me for
I
one
mean,
second.
like, happiness is only really. I mean, it's all perspective, isn't it? I mean, I feel like if you were just happy all the time, like, I don't know. I think that's just a whole messed up situation that I would not be part of. Soren hurries out of the room for some reason, leaving me with questions echoing in my head. Would I want my suffering removed completely? Is it better to leave it alone? No, because, like, how do you know? I just don't know how you could just live a life being, like, completely fine and happy with everything. Because you won't ever try to better your life, you know? You always stay the same. I mean, change is good. I don't know, I could just go on about this. Who's Erland again? Hey, do you think I could ask a question? It's not exactly his wording, but what do you want to know about him? Like, what kind of person was he? You're asking me to describe him? If you're okay with that. I don't want to make you if it's uncomfortable, but it would help me to know what he was like. He was a brilliant software architect and engineer. One of the most sincere people I ever met. He believed people were fundamentally good and wanted to help them. Our digital therapy project wasn't a mandate from the management. We started it ourselves. I see. Damien went through some difficult times himself. He wasn't able to get the care he needed. That is why he wanted to change things. I wish he had gotten the chance. I see. Thank you. This is going to sound weird, but sometimes when I'm working late and I doze in the office, I have dreams about him. I have never met him in real life, but it's like I sense his presence there, like he encoded himself into the system in some way. Haha, I know it's just my mind playing tricks on me. I don't believe in ghosts. Alright. Oh yeah, I can, like, click on stuff. Soren likes the style decor. I forgot what it was called. It's modern, from around the middle of the century. Is it mid-century? There's a term for that, isn't there? Seems restrained for him. Maybe he's cut back. Reminds me of the art in the counseling room. Knowing Soren, this is probably by some famous artist and cost him a fortune. Anything else? That's about it? Alright. Soren comes back into the room and immediately pours himself another glass of whiskey. He doesn't seem to notice he's filled it almost all the way to the top.
Evelyn, I really think you, of all people, might understand what I'm trying to do
I don't.
here.
I mean, I do get it. Like, I get why. But I don't know if I should be upfront and be like, yeah, I don't like your plan. So I'm gonna say,
I'm not sure that I do. You don't think it's dangerous. You're essentially making technology that changes what people think is real.
Evelyn, you're much more concerned than you used to be about this kind of... I remember when you would dive headfirst into anything that held a promise, even a fleeting one, to help humanity.
But I guess to a point.
What changed your mind to make you so wary, so skeptical now?
Can I ask you something, Soren? What did you tell Damien?
Oh, this again. Don't tell me we had all of this wonderful conversation tonight, and now you're trying to blame me for Damien. Who put you up to this? Was it Nora? Raynor?
I just want to know the truth, Soren.
Nobody thought we could do it. You remember that. There was skepticism from day one. I had to defend us constantly from other project managers who didn't like that we existed, who wanted our budget and resources for themselves. Some of those were vicious, vicious fights. Amid all that, I had to be a leader, too. Part of that meant giving everyone on the team accurate information. So I was honest in saying there were forces that sought to kill our project. And I was honest when I said we'd never survive if we didn't have something to show for our work. That was the reality. Without a product, we would be nothing. A guy like Raynor has access to anything he wants. If your pitch and demo isn't in the top 1% of what's out there, why would he be interested? That's what we were up against.
So many mornings, I would get into work and see Damien there. At first, I thought he was getting up earlier than me, but then I noticed he was still wearing the same shirt from the day before. Then, one morning, I got in and...
Evelyn, please. I wanted everyone on the team to be healthy. I think that's so obvious it doesn't need to be said, but I'll say it now. If you think I was deliberately trying to harm him, did I instruct you to work until you injured yourselves? No, absolutely not. It was a tragedy, and I'm very sorry that it happened. I wish it hadn't. But I wasn't telling Damien to pull all-nighters. He was an adult. He made his own decisions about how he was going to work. And besides, what about your role in all this? If you noticed him not taking care of himself, you could have mentioned it. None of that behavior was unusual for Skanda anyway. It was part of our reputation, part of the culture.
Okay.
There isn't a single cause you can isolate in a case like this.
Sitting in one place for too long, chronic stress, both of those are risk factors.
Evelyn, I'm truly, truly sorry about what happened to Damien. He had a bright future, and it was a shock to all of us. But the answers here aren't simple ones. Dwelling on it isn't going to bring him back, nor is discussing the huge number of potential causes of pulmonary embolism. It happened, and now we have to move on.
It felt like everything stopped. All of the work we were doing might as well have crumbled into dust. We were trying to build something to help the world, and we got lost along the way. What was the point? There didn't seem to be a point any longer.
I know that you cared about him. The process of grief can go on for some time.
Which is why I want to develop something so you never have to grieve again.
But you're taking the right steps. You're regaining your sense of purpose, aren't you? The experience of suffering is what makes us want to end suffering. It's late and I've had quite a bit to drink. So I'll tell you a secret, Evelyn. I said I want to end human suffering, which makes me sound very altruistic. But I'm not doing it for humankind. I'm doing it for myself. I have nothing. I've ruined every relationship I was ever in. I hardly ever see my kids, and, well, they hate me anyway. I want to end my own suffering, but I can't bring myself to do it the traditional way. That's why I pursued this technology. That's why I want it to exist. The idea that everyone else could use it too, it's just a bonus.
Soren, are you okay?
Soren, are you okay?
I'm guessing by the amount of drinks he's poured himself, he's not doing so hot.
No, not at all. I'm aware of that.
At least he's aware.
I'm not a good person, Evelyn.
None of that.
Neither is Raynor, of course, but at least I'm honest with myself about that.
Oh, that's funny.
So, now that that's all out in the open, you probably want to head home before it gets too late. Don't let me keep you.
Yes, I'll get going. I hope you can feel better.
No, I'll be fine. Just, please, consider it, Evelyn. You and I are both more familiar with pain than we might wish to be. What if you could take that away? Each of us has a destiny to fulfill. I truly believe that. I'm sure yours will come into focus soon.
Somehow that conversation ended up being very draining. Is the promise of that new technology really all that keeps him going? Oh yeah, I can look around. I think I've seen this person before. We must have a similar commute. Maybe he works at Skanda too. Some days it feels like the whole city does. Security. He's watching something and smiling to himself. The phone tips in his hand, allowing me a glimpse of the screen. It's a cat video. Is there anything better? So let's see. All good things. Alright, someone's last day at Skanda. This guy's leaving and he's fine with it. Doesn't know where he's going. But, you know. It's a long article. How are we doing? Hello, at Skanda, we continuously strive to provide meaningful and empowering work environments for all of our individual contributors, including contractors like you. To that end, we are periodically survey this group in order to blah, 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 blah. Anyway, they just want to know how we're doing. Doing it fantastic. What is this? There's no need to rush. All right. That sounds good. Okay. Continue. Time to get to work. Welcome to Eliza. It's this guy again. Hello, Harriman.
Hello,
Harriman. I mean.
Yes. We can just get down to it.
Gotcha.
Sure, we can do that. What brings you here today? It's okay to tell me what's on your mind.
Well, I slept with Sylvia.
I just don't remember your story, dude.
To think I was so nervous about approaching her that I went and got therapy here.
I think I kind of vaguely remember.
A week later, we happened to be in the library, and I just started talking with her. We talked, and then everything just happened.
Usually how it happens.
Like a train following tracks laid out for it years ago. Crazy thing. Craziest thing. Now I'm confounded. Absolutely confounded. How did that happen? And also, why did it happen? I'm thinking, was something wrong? Did I do something wrong? Did she do something wrong? Did she think I was another person? I have no idea if we have a relationship now or what. It happened so fast. I mean, it was wonderful. It felt so right, but now what? I'm actually more frightened now than I was before. I should probably say something, right? Text her or something? What do I do? What if she ignores me?
Just wait a little bit,
decides
maybe.
To pretend?
It seems to me you're afraid of something.
Yes. I'm quite worried. Vexed. Terrified, really. What do I do? I need to say something. Follow up somehow, right? In the Heian period of classical Japanese history, you were supposed to send a poem. A morning after poem.
A morning after poem?
Is that too stuffy? I don't want to appear like some ridiculous court
Maybe
noble.
don't do that.
Something casual is better, right? Hey, how are you? Did you have fun? I sure did. I don't
Maybe
know.
just like cut off half of that and just say, hey, how's it going?
I don't know what a stat it is right now. There's another problem too. Another really big problem.
Okay.
How do I tell Liz?
Who's Liz again?
Wait. Of course, I'm not going to tell her. That would hurt her. Did I mention this last time? I have a sort of
Oh,
girlfriend.
no, you did not mention that, sir.
Liz is nice. The kind of person everyone approves of. Well, I should probably marry. Yeah. I suppose I might have taken a bit of a sledgehammer
Yes,
to
you
the
did,
pillars
sir.
of my life at the present moment. Why did I do that? I keep coming back to my own inability to explain myself.
Why do you think you're unable to explain yourself?
Well, because I thought Sylvia was so wonderful, and it turned out that she liked me too, and... I mean, I'd love to pursue a relationship with Sylvia without harming Liz. I'm not sure that's possible, though, right? I can't believe this. I got what I wanted, and it ruined my life. What do I tell
You
Liz?
dirty cheater.
She doesn't deserve someone like me who does things
No,
like
she
this.
does not.
I ruined it. Ruined everything.
Can you describe what you mean when you say you ruined everything?
It's pretty
Well,
obvious.
What is there left now? I've overturned my entire existence in one night. The real problem here is Sylvia, the whole situation with her. I can't stop thinking about her now. It's bad. Oh, it's bad. It's constant. It's relentless. Even now, I can still feel her, smell her. You're a computer. You don't know what that's like, do you? I need a way to forget this. I need a way to put all that out of my mind. My brain is completely out of order. I'm being punished. And the punishment reaches cosmic levels of irony for me. Do you know why? I used to hate, absolutely hate, self-pitying novels by men who were messed up over a relationship and couldn't get over it. Oh, she was wild and beautiful. Oh, a force of nature. Nobody could understand her, etc., etc. I thought I was so much better than those types of writers. And now? Oh, yes, I get it. Oh, I understand it now. So much pain.
It's just like, I think he just needs to figure out what he wants, you know?
Why did you think you were so much better than those types of writers?
Because it was such a cliche. Now I'm wondering, am I going to be next? Is that my fate? Am I going to become the next straight, male English professor whose one published novel is about not being able to get over a girl?
To
Ugh, you have to be kidding me. I can't allow myself that fate. I have something better to
Not
pursue.
the worst
didn't I?
thing that could happen.
I have to write about something else. My life has to be the story of
You don't
something
have
else.
to write
but
about
I don't know
anything.
where to go from here.
You
I need
can
to try
write
to get
about
over
whatever
this.
you want.
I need to get over her. I must. Yes, I must. There's no way I'm going to let this ruin
Okay.
everything.
Or he could just get with that lady and respectfully break up with his girlfriend, because there's no way you could go on with your girlfriend not knowing what happened and just pretend everything was normal. You either gotta break up with your girlfriend and get... I think that's really the only option, because you can't just sleep with someone and go back to normal. I don't think that's...
If I tell Liz everything and apologize sincerely and strike the memory of Sylvia from my mind, I still
maybe
might
if
save
she did
Liz.
forgive you, I guess, but yeah, you'd have to at least put it out into the open.
It will take great care and cunning, but I may be able to wend my way through this treacherous path I now find myself upon, even though I fear at any moment I might slip and tumble into the crevice below, dead, never seen or heard from again. Oh, sweet, dark death.
All right.
Harriman, I'm going to suggest you try a program called Meadowlands.
Good quality.
It may help you take your mind off things. You can find it inside the Skanda Wellness app on your phone. Try it for about 15 minutes each day, in the morning or evening.
Meadowlands. I'm off to the Meadowlands. Familiar ground, grass and warmth, reverting to my childhood, a state of nature. Yeah, this is a good recommendation. Yes, you are a genius, in fact. You,
Oh.
a computer program, wiser than you know. I'm sure this is exactly what I need. To revert to a state of wonder at this moment when the mundane world and all its entanglements seem too much to bear.
You will get a reminder to check in with us in a few weeks.
I'll be back sooner than that if this works.
We hope to see you back soon, Harriman. Thank you for speaking with Eliza, your personal counseling partner. Goodbye.
See you. Yes, yep, see you.
Yep. Well, that actually went well. Oh. 3 stars. Excuse me. I want to be more than that. I don't appreciate that. I think we should be 5 stars. I think we did a great job. I know I'm supposed to keep it confidential, and I will. But sometimes I really wish I could talk to people about the clients that came through here. Oh, it's Soren again. Hey, just closed the next round of funding, Asia Pacific Investment Group. They're keenly interested in this technology. Imagine the potential size of the Asian market for something like this. Staggering. I can say congratulations without. Let's say congratulations. But I'm not a part of this. Thanks. Of all of the projects I've worked on, I have a strong feeling about this one, that it's going to go far, really make a dent in the universe. Wouldn't you rather do that than crunch numbers for Rainer? Ugh. I don't know what I want to do. All he wants to do is quantify everything. He'll never understand. There are some things you can't reduce to a number. How are you feeling right now? 1, 5, 2.3? 5 out of what? See, it's ridiculous. The idea of that feelings can be reduced to these simple data points. I'm glad I didn't work for him anymore. Direct stimulation provides much more rich, complex information. So many ways to study it too. Imagine what you could do with a corpus of raw sensations. Oh my God. Notions, images, ideas, sensations. Hey there. Like, what do you mean, hey, am I there? I don't want to be rude, but like, you just like typed a bunch of things very fast. How am I even supposed to read all of that in time? Okay. Heading into the meeting. Chat with you later. All right. Good chat. That was just you talking. Then, yeah, it's fine. All right. Time for the next client. All right. It's this lady.
Hello, Maya. Thank you for coming back.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could afford a real therapist, but this is just gonna have to do.
Interesting. I wonder what the difference of like prices are.
Sorry, I don't know if you're sensitive to that or...
Why don't we get started?
Sure. So, I feel worse than before.
Well, that's not
worse.
good.
I played the game you told me to with the meadows and stuff, and it was nice, but when I got back to the real world, everything was the same.
I would imagine that.
I don't know why you people think I can stand in a nice place for 15 minutes and that'll make things magically
She's
better.
got a point.
Am I wrong? Am I misunderstanding something here? It isn't making me more successful. It isn't giving me opportunities. I mean, I feel like I'm already in my mid-30s and I'm like running out of time to get established as an artist.
It's my future.
And meanwhile, the people I know are being written up and celebrated and winning awards, and all I have is being jealous of them.
Where do you think these feelings come from?
It's the popularity. It's all a popularity contest, you know? It's like high school all over again. I guess I'm just not that funny or pretty or catty enough to attract followers. I mean, I work and I work and I work to make things and I never get traction. And I have things to say. I really do. But when I open my mouth, it's like time stops. And time starts again when I've finished, so nobody reacts or anything. It's like a curse from mythology. And meanwhile, these other people my age, people younger than me, they're well on their way to these wonderful, fulfilling artistic careers. And I don't know, seeing that happen over and over again, it's making it hard to continue to be friendly with them. I really try to hold it back, but knowing all these people are way more successful than me, it's difficult. It's like a millstone around my neck, strangling me, drowning me. I can't stop myself, even though I know it's ruining things. I wish I could escape. I wish I could not care. But then something comes up again, and I'm trapped inside it all over again.
What's an example of something that comes up that causes this?
Well, there's one woman in particular everyone loves. jobs, and her work is... I don't get it. I don't understand. She gets so much money and support for this basic
I mean,
shit.
everyone has their own preferences. People are gonna like different things.
And somehow everyone's predisposed to like her. I mean, maybe I do get it. I feel like people pay attention to her work, not because it's good on its own, but because supporting her feels like the right thing to do. The way she's aligned herself, it's like if you support her, it means you're cool, you're in with the cool kids. And if I'm not publicly supportive of her and generally tolerant of her mediocre work, then I'm the bad one. I'm the competitive bitch. I'm the bitter failure.
I mean, you can, not agree with someone's work, but you still be nice to them.
Which I guess maybe I am. It's not fair. I hate that there's this part of me. It's such an ugly part. But it's there. It's there.
Do you think you would be better off without that part of you?
I don't know. In the past, I probably would have said, no, it's important for me to have my sense of judgment, for me to know what good art is and what isn't.
I think you can still have that, but be respectful. You don't have to be the bitchy one. You can have your own opinion.
Now I'm wondering if maybe that hasn't been more of a hindrance than a help to me. Maybe I should just forget all that. Forget about trying to do this thing. I'm sick of trying and wanting. I'm sick of parties. I'm sick of art. I'm sick of the idea of art. I'm sick of my own art, which nobody likes. Not even myself. Something has to change. Something drastic has to happen to change things around.
Maybe you just need a little break.
Oh, that reminds me. I got your message about revealing my data the other day, and I think, well, hell, maybe I'm fine with it. Just take it all.
Message?
Okay, Maya. It sounds like you're interested in participating in transparency mode. Let me know if you have any questions about how this mode works.
I don't know. I'm gonna let you look at my life, right? Everything?
Thank you for asking about transparency mode. Transparency mode is an experimental new feature for Eliza. It allows me to analyze your communications in order to help you better. To participate, you must grant me access to certain personal data.
See, I don't know about all that.
This includes your personal communications, such as email and chat histories. Sharing this data improves my ability to help you.
I mean, if you don't have any kind of things that you're afraid of people, to know about you, then it's fine.
Some guy at the bar was yammering at me about how it's a terrible idea because they're gonna surveil me or something. But what the hell? I can't use my life history for anything. It's a ruin already. Please, do what you want with it. God, I feel like I'm donating my body to science.
Please confirm that you would like to enable transparency mode.
Yes, do it. Invade my privacy. Invade it like the Visigoths invaded Rome. I don't know why I said that. That was a really weird thing to say.
I did not understand your response.
I would like to participate in transparency mode.
Okay, Maya. I have registered you for transparency mode.
Cool. Wouldn't life be easy if all I had to do was follow your directions? Like the lady sitting in the chair across from me. I envy you. I honestly do.
The terms of service and privacy policy are available in the Skanda service portal. Please read and review these documents carefully.
Yeah. No, for sure. I closely study every software user agreement I get.
We all do. I mean, that is important.
That's a joke. I really just click agree as fast as I can.
Thank you, Maya. We hope to see you back soon.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you for speaking with Eliza, your personal counseling partner. Goodbye.
Bye.
Well, I think that went well, and we learned something new. Yay! 5 stars! See, I was hoping for that.
Well, look who's got access to transparency mode all of a sudden.
The client asked for it by name. I guess she heard about it somewhere and wanted it. I didn't know it existed.
Yeah, we don't really talk about it right now. It's a little sensitive.
Oh.
It's possible Skanda contacted her directly. They recruit for the program from a pool of regular customers. Usually, transparency mode is only handled by the highest level proxies, since there's a lot of trust required there.
Wow.
But you were given access to it right after the request. It's a little odd. I wonder if someone at HQ hasn't taken a particular interest in your proxy
I
career.
wonder how that could have happened.
Or maybe Eliza just likes me.
It would, wouldn't it?
I never thought people would willingly open themselves up like this. Aren't there a lot of very private things in people's messages?
Yes and no. The truth is usually pretty mundane. People text each other, "Where are you? I'm by the elevator," way more than they share the critics who are always going on about privacy. Well, the important thing is that everyone participating in transparency mode specifically agreed to it. It's completely voluntary. We're upfront about what data we collect and how we use it so people can go in aware of the choices they're making.
Well, yeah, I'm glad that they're doing it
That's good.
voluntarily.
I'd hate to see it
supposedly.
misused.
Yeah, the media would jump all over us. There are a lot of people who want to see us fail for whatever reason. Just something that happens when you try to change things. Some people get so used to their misery, they can't imagine it any other way. Anyway, you should get an email about it, but transparency mode is really straightforward. It's even simpler than being a proxy, which is saying something. You just read a few messages and answer some questions. That's it. You can start it whenever you're ready.
Sure.
Okay. Compare this to the water that was in the conference room at Skanda headquarters. Funny how there's an appropriate level of fanciness for everything. I'm sure Nora would have something to say about that. So she really gave us permission to look at our messages. I feel like just a few years ago, even the idea of something like this would have been controversial. But she was fine with it. She wanted it. It's so gray out there. Alright, let's read this message. I'm sure it has to do with our transparency mode. Congratulations! You've been selected to contribute additional information to Eliza's learning corpus with access to a special feature called transparency mode. This is how it works. You'll be presented with a snapshot of client's personal communications, review these communications, and determine the client's mental state. Eliza will also create a model of the client's mental state. Eliza will ask a few questions designed to check its model against your understanding of the client. Alright, some FAQ. How do I know if I am doing a good job at transparency mode? Carefully consider the material provided to you and sincerely answer the questions created by Eliza's model. Your input is valuable whether it agrees with or disagrees with Eliza. What privacy rules and regulations apply to the information I see in transparency mode? Skanda takes personal privacy very seriously. As a proxy, you have already agreed to strong non-disclosure and other agreements to protect a customer's privacy. These agreements and protections also apply to information presented in transparency mode. Does Skanda have the right to show me another citizen's private communications? Yes. Participating clients have signed waivers giving us permission to retrieve the information to better assist them as part of our ongoing research. Alrighty. Alright. I'm going to stop there for a second, but I will see you next time.